All right. Which one are you doing?
The
Bottom one? Cool. Okay. How much have you worked on this?
I haven't played it since we played in class, but I've
Okay.
been like
Sure. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and start and see what it sounds like. 1, 2. Oh, that was a little fast actually. We'll take a half tempo. And 2, and 3, and 4. That's okay. Keep going.
Which one are you?
I'm on the. I was just following you. Okay. Yeah, you want to make sure that you go from the F sharp to the G. Something you use. I'm not sure if that's what we did, but that's what it sounded like. That's okay. yeah. So like, yeah, we made it through it. Something that I would do, is that like, if you hit a wrong note, it's okay. But even like, when you're playing this, really exaggerate the dynamics. I feel like that was all like pianissimo, but like you're the lead line, we could use a lot more of you. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. Let's just start doing this this first phrase, first 4 bars. 1 and 2 and go. Yeah, that was a lot better. Yeah, and I just want to connect the notes a little bit more, because I'm gonna be totally reacting off. What do you do? I'm not gonna try to like 1, 2, da, da. Like if you like stretch some notes, like I'm just gonna go with you. So don't worry about that. You're all like connected the rolls are. Try to do that. Let's give it a shot. And 3 and 4 and B flat. It's a B flat. Nice, like it's a B flat.
Yeah.
You know. I realized that after I said like, oh, which one I thought I just said B flat now. Yeah. Come way the fuck out on that part. Let's try again. Ready? And. Yeah, that was a lot better. Yeah, it's all about like feeling like connectedness to the rolls and feel comfortable moving from one to another. Cool. Let's try this harder phrase right there. Yeah, a couple jumps in there. Ready? And. Yeah, that was pretty good. And just feeling comfortable going. Let's do it again. Just feel like the connectedness of the notes, as I said before. And also, like, you can bring out, like. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah. You want to make sure that also you don't like. Because like even though like you want to get a little bit louder, it shouldn't be like. You kind of want to like swell would be a good word to use. Like if someone were just singing. Have you sang through this at all? It's a little bit embarrassing, but it's still good work on like how to do like phrasing and stuff like that and how you want to feel it. Cool. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll continue on into this one and into that from ready? And. And then just being ready going from that B to that G. And this note should be the loudest note of the whole song, because this whole part is just leading up to that one. So yeah. Feeling it? Cool. Let's start right on bar 9. Ready? And. Wigging out or what? Yeah, just wigging out. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so when it comes to here, something that would help me is that if you kind of went like you just kind of like moved your body a little bit to tell me that like, yep, I'm going on the next one. So I'm not just like, when's she going? If that makes sense. Cool, let's try again. Red bar 9. Ready? And. Awesome. Yeah, they're what? Nice. Yeah, that taper right at the end there. You can be a little bit louder when you go from the F sharp to the G, F sharp to the G. Kind of right down with nothing. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. And I think you're the only person so far that wants to do the roll one. And what's happening right here, that's really clear. Like, that's really clear. Like, there's almost like no question, like, oh, she's moving on. So that's really good. That's really good. The hardest part about this is just connecting the rolls and making the dynamics very flowy, kind of flowy. And it's okay if you like push a little bit tempo-wise on some of the notes, because some of the notes they're gonna feel that way. It is a little bit more rubato. But yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. You wanna run it from the top? I know you can do it. Yeah, and just bring out those louder dynamics like a ton. Surely fine. I'm just ready. Yeah, there it was. And I still feel like on that mezzo forte, like, I want to hear more of it, especially like at this beginning part, because I feel like you're being too timid. Where I just ended, that should be the quietest you play. So I think even your piano could be a little bit more. Let's try doing this part again, and then we'll take it section by section again. Just really like exaggerate the dynamics. Shit ton. Ready? More. Make me ask you to do less. That's not so important. Ready? Yeah, that was more like it. Still could be more, but yeah, that's in the right direction. That's where it should be. That sounded a lot better. Cool. Now let's start right here and go till I'll stop it up to the end of the piece. Ready? Cool, awesome. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Something that's going to help with your dynamics too is I'm realizing your right hand is kind of like over the resonators more, but your left hand's pulled back. And so what your rolls sound like is you get two distinct sounds out. So try to split the bar a little bit more, but bring the mounts closer together. So you get the hum more, because otherwise if you're hitting the node, it's kind of like hard to have that connectedness of a roll. So you keep getting, you keep hitting the bar, or on the node. Cool, yeah, that sounds a lot better. I feel like if you, like I said, if you send your mouse over the resonator a little bit more, it's gonna do all the work for you, basically. So with that in mind, after I see what time it is. Cool, with that in mind, let's just work just this one, and then we'll go to zero. Yeah. Ready? There it is. That right there already sounds a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. And probably before the exam, I kind of want to run through everything with everyone to make sure that they still feel comfortable playing with my part. But cool, let's go to Stanford. Do you ever sticks with you? Awesome. Awesome, but awesome. Oh, and I see notes written in. Nice. First person doing that. Yeah, let's just hear what it sounds like. Play from top to right here, because it ends right there.
Oh, okay.
Nice job going that far, though. I mean, I guess it won't stop you from playing there, but yeah, it just ends right there. Give it a shot. Don't worry about that guy. Yeah, when you see something like that, just take it out for right now. We can go over those at the end. You can take it down tempo. I feel like you're actually a little bit above tempo. Okay. Go ahead. That's okay. You can just take out the rolls if you want and just do the bass. So this first measure is. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll stop there. So, no, I adjust the snare drum so it's more comfortable. Unless that's a comfortable height for you, but I feel like it should be raised just a little bit. I think it should be raised a little bit. Go ahead and lock up the snare drum. about here. Go ahead and put your hands in playing position. Yeah, that should be better. Cool. Something else I'm seeing, and I feel like this is kind of affecting the tone you're getting, is that you're kind of using your arms to play the drum a little bit more, but just try striking from the wrist. That makes sense. It's going to help you control the stroke a little bit more, because if you're using your arms, then you have to put more work into getting the same sound that your wrist can get. Give it a shot. Just want to start right there. Yeah, okay, you got through it. So one thing about your stance is that you're kind of like putting like 1 foot forward and kind of like casually playing the drum. Like, really try squaring up to the drum a little bit more, because you're about to play this and it's about to sound awesome. Because if you're like slouching a little bit or like looking like kind of like haphazard, like that's how it's gonna sound. Like how you look is gonna like kind of like tell the person who's like sitting over there, like how you're gonna play before you even play. So if you come in and you're like square up to the drum, like you're about to fight it, you just put your sticks up and then just go. It's gonna make a difference. So that's one thing. The second thing is I can see you definitely working to try to do more from the wrist, and that's really good. Also, the stick is right here in the center of your hand, and that's awesome. That's good. That's exactly what you want. As far as the buzzes go, it's more controlled from the back of your fingers, and I think you might be pinching a little bit, but if you control from the back of the fingers just a little bit more, and I could be mistaken, then you're going to really get elongate that roll. I hope that's a word. I think it is. Because when you control the buzz, it's going to be longer. So just try to do like this first buzz right there, just right on it. Yeah, so you want to keep that guy and that guy on the stick. Yeah, same thing with the other hand. That already sounds better, does it not? Yeah, it does. Yeah, see, that's awesome. Cool. And then as far as like the buzz rolls go, it's still a 16-note bass. You're just now adding the buzzes. That easy, huh? Yeah, and as far as the flames go, it's important to have one stick lower than the other, so when you drop them at the same time, you're gonna get that flame. Because I feel like, and a lot of people are doing this, the sticks are kind of be dropping at the same time, but they're also like a similar level. So you get that noise where it's kind of like poppy and like phasey a little bit, I want to say. But if you really keep that flame open enough to where it can sound like, but not quite like that, then that's good. That's the sound we're going for. So just give me your best flame. I'll open up just a little bit more. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. And make sure to hit like off center, or else you're not the sound you want. You want to be off center towards the front, though, not the back. A little bit too close. I think I got like a double or something on that. That was weird. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Cool. So, dynamics. It kind of sounded like you did one dynamic the whole time, and that's kind of expected. I mean, you're approaching something totally new. So what I would do is exaggerate the quieter dynamic and exaggerate the louder dynamic. So you get this mezzo forte. It's kind of like. Pretty loud and boisterous, right? Yeah. Because if we're just playing this excerpt, your quietest dynamic is mezzo forte, and your loudest dynamic is forte. Yeah. So you're gonna want to, if someone's like sitting over there, you want them to be like, oh, they just got a lot louder. Huh. That is interesting, and they're gonna like it more. So let's just try playing through these first 4 bars. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're doing that, because you still got. Try doing it just the bass. So you got. Just play that much. Did you start right there? Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. I'm confused. Yeah, that's more like it. And then just add in the buzzes. I think you might be too conscious of the sound that you're making because you want it to sound really full and really elongated, and you're going to get that by doing that 16-note bass and just adding in the buzzes. Because if you go, then that's what it's going to sound like. But if you really like spread out the buzzes to make it sound like you're not some kind of like flat flam buzz maneuver, then I can't remember what I was going with that. I don't remember how I started the sentence. But you don't want to do that. You want to get the 16-note bass with the buzzes on. Try that. Ja-da-da. Yeah, that first one was pretty good. And I heard you do a buzz roll, so I know you can do it. So, but something that I think I mentioned on the marimba, you might look even more ridiculous doing it with this, is that singing your part is going to help you a lot. Because then when you sing it, you can hear it, and then after you vocalize it, you can do it with your hands. Something my high school band director, one of my high school band directors said to me was that if you can sing it, you can play it. Not always true, because I'm not that good at singing. But as far as this goes, once you sing it, it's going to be a lot easier to play it. So you don't really need to practice this a whole lot. Like with a pad, obviously it's still good, so you can get the feel of the sticks. But the majority of the practicing that I do is singing the part. But once you get to the pad, you want to make sure that you're still transferring the same skills over, just now with sticks and good technique in your hands. Does that make sense? Cool, awesome. So what, in this whole solo, what's the roughest part? Is it like these bars?
I feel like I can do all of it, just not right in a row, because then I get confused.
Okay. So, what I do is I would draw, like when I first started, I would draw lines around sections with quarter notes. And so like this whole thing would be a section, and I draw a line right there. And then I would just practice that, and then I would, before I went to this bar, I just play a quarter note. So I go da za da za da da za. So when I went, then I would go da 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 flat da 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 da, and that's what's going to help you doing the transitions. Is if instead of like working like a bar, you actually work like from the middle of the phrase or so into the next bar. So that's what I would do, and I think that transfers over to the wins as well. But yeah, transitions can be difficult, especially with stuff like this where it's like, oh, it's so sudden. Cool. Any other questions? No? Awesome. You don't remember what these are called?
I don't know what they're called, but I know what they do.
What do they do?
They add like weight to the head so that it's deeper.
Not deeper. Listen to the difference in the sound.
It doesn't ring as much.
Yeah, it dampens it. So when you do have snare drums that have that ring, and that's going to be inevitable in your classroom, whether you like it or not. It takes away that ring, so it sounds more like what a snare drum should sound like, and you get more of what we call the fundamental of the drum. But this stuff is called moon gel. I think we went over that. I feel like we did, but it's hard to remember because it's such a weird name, moon gel. Who thinks of that? There's also, I have one, a company called Mino makes it, and they call it drum honey, and it works the same way. It's just orange. You put it on the drum. But I know if you leave this stuff on for too long, it stains it. And that's not good. It just looks ugly. But cool. That's it for time. Thanks for coming in. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or ask Dave. Obviously Dave would know. I emailed Dave asking him to send out a recording of them playing the snare drum one. I'm not sure if he'll do that for the Norval one or not. I didn't ask him about that. But I know he's going to send it out for the snare drum one. So you can expect that. But cool, good lesson. Yeah, I feel like we got a lot done.